Hello everyone, the final book I will be reading is By a Thread by Ned Dickens and illustrations by Graham Ross, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see if I can count by a thread. Okay. Ooh, some illustrations already. Theo, her buddies, old Bard, and the others, like Curtis the Tortoise and Miss Alice Mouse, were busy pretending. And sure, Bo's mother was far away mending or writing or something, like fixing the house. She couldn't have heard that magnificent boom when the toy box volcano demolished the room. Big boom. But she did. Oh yeah, she heard it. And she sighs. She climbed up the stairs while the toys tried to hide, and she opened the door and she sighed and she sighed. Then she said, her thoughts deep in her head, "Where's the floor?" Only that. "Where's the floor?" Then she turned and she left and she said nothing more. This one also rhymes a little bit too. Ooh, fancy illustrations. And they froze, and the hair on the hairier animals rose on the back of their scalps. And before you could say Himalayas or Alps, the floor for the place where the floor was before was an echoing, dizzying drop so deep and so steep, from the bottomless bottom right up to the top of the tippity top, that if something or somebody fell, you never would tell if it landed kerplop, or just keep on falling forever. Wow. See how I like how the some of the words are changing. Kind of like that. Another illustration. It was really that deep. They were really that high. Now Bard, the old bear, as is often the case, found himself in a cozy and comfortable place. But the rest of the gang and Bo herself were hanging or clinging or clutching or swinging on the edge of a ledge or a slippery shelf. Old Sidney had made his way over the bookcase and onto the shade of the lamp on the wall, but he was afraid that the lampshade would fall. And Alice the Mouse was deeply uncertain exactly how long she would swing from the curtain. And Curtis, poor Curtis, had a slippery grip on a very thin, slowly unraveling thread to which he had clung, and by which he now hung from the blanket which less and less covered the bed. And Bo... I'm sorry, I can't read what that say. Oh, let's whisper so not to distress her. Had a teary toehold on the top of the dresser. Sorry, I couldn't read that one thing. That's why I was whispering. So, interesting. They were all, except Barb, in a terrible fix. When Bard stood, cleared his throat, and said, "Bo, your tricks of pretending have done it again." And then... just as he started to speak a great speech, his perch gave a creak, then a lurch to the right. He reached out his paw, and he vanished from sight. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I think I'm all right. I was on my way down to the bottomless floor, but it seems I've been saved by the underwear drawer. Now that's a relief. Yeah, old, what's his name? I'm sorry. Bard. Old Bard almost fell. That would have been bad. So in brief, each of the game, except Bard, was hanging or trapped in a difficult place. "Excuse me," sniffed Barb, "I'm allergic to lace." "I sympathize, Bard," murmured Curtis politely, "but frankly, I think that you've landed quite lightly. While I am, I think, at the end of my thread. If I am and I fall, I'm afraid I'll be—" "Wait!" shouted Alice. "Before it's too late, cut all the commotion. I've noticed a notion beginning to spin in the back of my head. We'll get out of this scrap. I'll chew on the drape. There a thread if I got it to Sid, and she did, then I bet we can get it to Curtis." "And yet," said old Sidney, pulling it in, "I'm afraid it's too thin to take all his weight. It would break. It's really been wonderful knowing you all, but my string has run out. I'm going to..." "Stop! Don't you give up. You're not going to drop. Tie together those tights. There's still hope. Like this in a rope. Yes, Bo, that's right. Now I hope this is strong enough, long enough. Sydney the light. Is it screwed to the wall? I think it's all right, Bard, but why? Tie the thread to your hat now, Miss Mouse. Can you toss it across to that Bo can catch it? Like that. Oh, well done. This is fun. Now, Bo, attach it to the end of the tights ropey thing. Now, Sydney, you bring it up high and tie it as well as you can to the light on the wall. So they're all trying to help Curtis, who's about to fall. Man, they're in a real mess. Don't fall. I'm sinking. Please, Curtis, hang in there. Be brave. I think I can save you. Let go when we meet and hang onto my feet, and I'll bet we can get ourselves over onto the trunk. If we can, then we're sunk. Oh, sorry. I read that wrong. If we can't, then we're sunk. Sorry about that, guys. Ooh. Cool illustration there. Keep your eyes upon me. 1, 2, 3, and yippee! With his tummy tucked in and a grim sort of grin on his fuzzy old face, he dived into space. And he streaked in a curve through the air, and he gathered up Curtis, who hung on like mad with the last little bit of hanging he had. And they swung in a sweep, and they landed together, kerplunk, in a leap on a trunk. Hooray! Down a little bit so you guys can see the illustrations a little better. I don't mean to fuss, but what about us? If you don't lose your heads, you can get to the bed. Now give a big jump and land on your rump. That's your plan? Well, if I can be brave, friends, then anyone can. You'll go first, won't you, Sid? And he did. I propose that we pretend that this game's at an end and the floor is restored just the same as before. And before you could say, give that big bear a hug, oh man, I'm sorry, I messed that up, guys. I'm just gonna restart, sorry. And before you could say, give that bear a big hug, they were leaping and dancing around on the rug. Tell me, Bard, you old softy, when did you get so lofty and clever and handsome and heavy and brave? You saved me, my friend, from a terrible end. It was nothing. Well, maybe, but it was enough. You're stuffy sometimes, but you've got the right stuff. So, a muddle of cuddles, and then the whole bunch headed out on the perilous journey. Lunch. Looks like that's the end. I really like this book. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I like the rhyme. I was trying to go with the flow of the rhymes. I really like this book. Out of all the books I've read for you guys, I think this one is probably one of my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. As I said, this is the last one I will be reading for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, have a good day, everyone.